What is it about Taylor Swift that has people so obsessed with her and everything she does? It's Beatlemania. You just have social media now, so you hear more about it. Dude, you have no idea how big Elvis and the Beatles were. And their fans were insane. One of them killed John Lennon. Musicians become brands at some point if they're popular, good enough. Congratulations. You're seeing megastardom in real time. After fighting with Bard for like 10 minutes, I think that what distinguishes between her fandom and that of any other talented mainstream musician who writes catchy songs has to do with her very public internet persona being in contrast to her very private personal life. We do not yet fully understand the causal mechanisms of obsession, but they seem to involve uncertainty, excitement, intrigue, and false intimacy. Basically, her music is so relatable that people can see themselves in her. Those people seek out more, and her public presence gives them enough to hook them, like a bump of cocaine. But it's not enough, so those people continue the addictive seeking behavior, which she intentionally cultivates by holding back a lot of details. Then an album comes out and people get a big dopamine surge as they uncover the secrets revealed by her songs about her own sensational celebrity dating life. She does a supply-demand trick with human attention. I get the same vibe with Beyoncé and her Beehive. Like, her music is nice. She seems like an indecent enough person. It's the level of obsession that her fans have that truly confuses me. IDK honestly. But I went to her concert and damn. Even if you don't like her music, you'd be blown away by the effort she puts in for her fans and the production quality and dedication and sheer engineering of the show. I'd say I'm like a tier 2 fan. 0 is I hate her. 1 is I know her songs from the radio. 2 would probably be like, I know a few more. BC my wife is a big fan. As a 30-year-old Swiftie, here's my attempt at an answer. 1. Nostalgia. She's been around since 2006. Many fans have grown up with her from teen to adult, and each album she's made has corresponded to chapters of our lives. 2. Versatility. She's created music in many different genres, from country to pop to indie folk, with some punk, pop and rock influences here and there. There's a little of everything for everyone from Taylor. 3. She's stayed fairly uncontroversial throughout her career. She's relatable to her fans. 4. She writes all of her own music and is known for being a strong storyteller. Fans relate to her songs in many ways. 5. She's released 3 new albums and 3 re-recorded albums with new songs in just 3 years and is actively touring. So there's no shortage of her music to listen to. And it spans a lot of genres, so there's a lot to enjoy. Her fan base especially grew after she released the indie album Folklore in 2020 during the pandemic. 6. She's re-recording her old albums after her masters were sold to regain ownership of her work, which not only breathes fresh life into old work but also sends a powerful statement about creative control for artists, and is allowing some of her newer fans to become fans of her old work. She's just doing a lot right now. I don't know. I don't think I'm one of her crazy fans who is overly obsessed with Taylor herself. But I do really love her music and think she is a powerful female figure in today's world that I really admire. At the end of the day, the world's a mess, but Taylor puts out music that make many of us happy in these wild times. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Also, 4. I never said that Taylor writes 100% of her songs herself. Yes, she has co-writers on many of them. She's still credited as a writer on every song in her discography. She's a big hit with professional adult women too. People you'd never expect to like her listen as a guilty pleasure. As one such woman said to me, Taylor Swift is an emotional wet dream who says the things people already feel. Honestly, I don't think it's any more extreme than the manias associated with a celebrity throughout time. I think the biggest difference is the internet amplifying the visibility of it all. People like community. Hi, Swiftie here, but I'm not super obsessed. For starters, it's the music. And it's not that she's the best musician ever, but her lyrics are this perfect blend of autobiographical yet extremely relatable. She's also proven to be very versatile, which allows her music to reach more people. If PPL sense that they can relate to something, they're more likely to latch onto it. For the most part, she's unproblematic. She is far from perfect, but at surface level. Emphasis on the surface level. There's nothing to hate about her as a person. A lot lifelong fans view her as a distant friend. Also social media. Swifties are no different than Beatles fanatics or Deadheads. Before social media, the antics of superfans were kind of things you heard about but never saw. Unless you went to an event yourself. Social media allows us to see everything without leaving our house. She has the "I'm one of you" vibe. Her fans feel like they are her. I DJs a kids award banquet for about 100 kids, boy and girl. Once the dancing started, I invited them to make requests. The first 8 girls I spoke to demanded Taylor Swift. All in all, I probably had 50 requests for different Taylor Swift songs. I've never seen anything like it in my 20+ years of doing this. I also had other requests from the boys and one girl that told me she didn't care for Taylor Swift. I ended up alternating between Taylor Swift and other requests for 2 hours. 1 for 1. Even then, whenever Ms. Swift's songs weren't playing, the girls were asking impatient questions about when I would be playing the next Swift song as well. As girls arguing over which one should be played next. I mean, I'm glad they had fun. But with my playlist being one artist 50% of the time, it seemed unnatural. I'm happy I can tolerate her music. Edit. A few words that were erroneous due to speech to text. People just get crazy about celebrities. We've always been that way. There's nothing special about Taylor Swift fans. She has been consistent in her career for the past 17 years, regularly releasing music or touring. Many fans, myself included, grew up listening to her. Her first album came out when I was in high school, and her music has been a presence in my life all through the various stages of adulthood. She's also been relatively unproblematic. What's not to like? My 17-year-old daughter is a Swiftie. I think she likes her 'cause she is relatable and because it is something she can talk about with her friends. I wish I knew. I guess her fans just connect with her music. I'll never understand standing outside stadiums to listen to her music, or other popular artists whose fans have weird traditions. A lady in my office saw Dave Matthews 3 times during the week she was off. I just always think I'm sure things I do in my hobbies seem weird. I've waited hours to get good seats so I can bake in the summer sun to watch a football team practice. They might think that's crazy. Looking back, I think it's crazy. Haha. Since she started so young, many of her adult fans are roughly the same age as her, and feel like they grew up with her. I don't think people are more obsessed with her than any other artist, it's just fan behavior. More interesting to note, why are people so obsessed with hating Taylor Swift? Is it because she comes from wealth and doesn't need to succeed at a creative career the way she does? Is it because she chooses to sing about heartbreak? A subject very easily mocked by men and derided by women who want positive attention from these same men? Is it because she can entertain them, both adults and children? Children are the most honest audience and will let you know when they are bored or unhappy. Not everyone can perform for and successfully entertain children. There are many reasons people hate Taylor, but most of them have to do with how well she stands on her own 2 feet. Had she not chosen to make a career of her own name and simply live off her family's money, people would still hate her for that. She's like the Buc-ee's of people. The thing is, her fans are insane for her. Adults. I am far from a huge Swiftie, but I think I get it. I am an adult. Swift is 5 years older than me. Her first album came out when I was 11. I didn't love it, but it was okay. Her next album came out when I was 12 or 13. I loved it. Then as I grew older, she kept putting out music. She changed with the times, and so did I. I didn't like everything she put out, but she was always there putting out very popular music, and every now and then a song I really liked would come out too. A lot of these adults who love her grew up on her, and so her influence was probably very, very big on them growing up. She was big enough on me, and I'd say I only like her, not love. Part of it is definitely how appreciative and interactive she is with her fans. She's always hiding little messages and Easter eggs in pretty much everything she does. So people pay attention to her with a magnifying glass to make sure they don't miss something. You can tell that she genuinely loves what she does. And she's grateful for the people who helped her get there. As far as rich white women go, she's definitely more humble than you would expect her to be. She's an incredible songwriter and an incredible performer. She's kind of a triple threat on stage. Singing live, playing her own instruments, doing actual choreo, all while doing several outfit changes in between. I think she's canceled like one show in her 15+ years of performing. So she's definitely dedicated to her art. She started out as a teenage girl in country music, so the odds were already stacked against her a little bit. And she made the transition from country singer to true iconic pop star pretty seamlessly. And that's another part of it. She started out as a teenage girl. Her fanbase has always been comprised of mostly girls around her own age. Most of her fans have quite literally grown up with her. Obviously her music isn't going to be everyone's preference because that's how music works. But it's pretty hard to deny that she has talent leaking out her ears.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.